How are you, Mark?
Let's go Pens. I'm doing great.
Well, that's right. Your hometown team, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Why not attend the lottery? Have you attended the lottery before?
Yeah, one time, and I said I'd never do it again.
Why?
I just, honestly, my thoughts were this is the loser's circle, and I never wanted to be back. And we didn't hit the lottery again for 15 years, and I just never wanted to go. Just my attitude.
Does the lottery work?
Not as well as it should, but there aren't a whole lot of alternatives. It works well enough, I guess. It obviously creates some misincentives towards the end of the season for teams that aren't going to make the playoffs. But until you can come up with a better solution, that's what we got.
This is the solution I have, and I don't know if you'll poke holes in it, and please do. But if you said once you're eliminated from playoff contention, every win you have after that, we then reward you because you're at least trying to put a good product on the floor, and you're not shortchanging your audience. You're not tanking, but I'm going to reward you after you're eliminated from the postseason with the number of ping pong balls or opportunities that you would get.
The problem is if you're in rebuild, then you tank super early and you lose your games early so that you get eliminated from the playoffs early and get more ping pong balls.
But I don't know if you're going to be that good that you're going to be winning games if you're not that good in the first place.
Well, no, but I mean it's like, look, we all the Mavs, once we were eliminated from the playoffs, we did everything possible to lose games. And so if we did it up front, if we knew that this was a rebuild season and we just did it up front, then you kind of know what kind of team you have. And if you could get eliminated early and then start building momentum, you can finish your season 30-10 and end up with a boatload of ping pong balls.
How did you tank? How do you
play all your young players?
Okay, that was it. But is it you send out a memo or you just say
no? Because the guys, once a guy walks on the court, they're going to play their heart out. Particularly the young guys because they have something to prove. So Dorian Finney-Smith, Yogi Ferrell, there's nothing you could say or do to them to say don't play hard or try to lose this game. That wouldn't be right, and I don't think any NBA team would ever do that. But when you have Salah Mezri shooting threes,
that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
How would Shark Tank deal with LeVar Ball if he came on and was pitching a tennis shoe for $495?
Oh, we would love it. I mean, he'd be confident. We always support entrepreneurs. He'd have a high-end product with lots of margin, but then we'd ask him about his sales. It's all great to talk, but what are you selling? And if you're getting any traction, we'd probably be interested.
He's developed brand awareness.
Yeah, but, brand awareness, there's two ways to develop brand awareness. You can get a lot of PR or spend a lot of money on marketing, or you can generate brand awareness because you have a loyal, growing, organic customer base. I tend to like the latter version, and so on Shark Tank we see it all the time. Someone comes on the show, they get the obvious burst of PR, they get a big burst of sales, but from an execution standpoint, they still don't know how to sell. They don't know how to go out and acquire customers, and so execution-wise, they're going to have challenges. And so, just because you have a lot of PR doesn't mean you've built a brand, and it certainly doesn't mean you have a successful business. So what happens now is really what's key for their business.
What would you advise LeVar Ball?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about their business. $495 tennis shoe, if they're selling them, I'd say keep on doing what you're doing. And, if they're not selling them, I'd say you might want to take a second look at what you're doing.
You ever felt sorry when somebody walks away, they don't get a deal on Shark Tank?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, because it's a life on the line. Look, I do the show because it sends the message that the American dream is alive and well, that no matter where you're from, no matter what your station is in life, if you put in the effort and start a company, you have a chance to be successful. But not all companies work. Most fail. And yeah, it breaks my heart a lot of time when somebody's committed everything they have emotionally, physically, financially, and it's just not going to work. And that's hard to see sometimes.
Have you guys acquired A-Rod? Is he joining Shark Tank?
Yeah, he's going to be part of the crew. I don't know how many days he's working, but I'm going to crush him like the cockroach he is.
Are you going to play nice with him?
No, hell no. I already told him that. I'm like, you're in deep doo-doo, son.
We're talking to Mark Cuban, the Mavs owner, one of the stars of Shark Tank. You said the Raiders are chasing money in Vegas, and the NFL is going to regret this, or the Raiders will?
No,
Paraphrasing it?
what I said was the NFL, with all these market changes, it's going to catch up to them. And so I use San Diego, Oakland, and St. Louis as the examples. I mean, you're supposed to be the most powerful league in the world, or second most powerful league in the world, and most powerful in the country, and you got teams moving just to chase some extra dollars. I mean, what does that say to the legacy fan bases for those teams? You know, it's not a good sign. And look, I get owners wanting to maximize profits, but somebody's got to stand up and say, look, you know, it's not in the best interest of the league, particularly in this changing environment with media. And I also said that there's more systemic issues for all professional sports. And I use my son as an example. He's 7. He plays flag football. He plays baseball. He plays basketball and soccer. Basketball and soccer, the rules are so easy. The kids know the rules. Baseball, they have no idea what they're doing. And football, the same way. Like, you know, when you and I were growing up, our family had our teams, you know, and you were passionate about your teams, and you watch football as a family, or you watch baseball or basketball or whatever as a family, and kids learn the rules. That's not the case anymore. They've got their own devices. They're watching Minecraft videos. They're watching YouTube. They're watching whatever. And so, you know, you go and we go out there for football, and, you know, I played catch with my son, and I tried to teach him the rules, but he catches the ball and doesn't know what to do with it, you know. In baseball, kids will stand out in the field. A ball will be 3 inches from them, and they won't move because they don't know they're supposed to get the ball. The kids aren't growing up with a natural inclination to watch sports and become committed to those sports. And I think that's one of our biggest issues at the NBA and the NFL and Major League Baseball. And I've said that to Adam Silver. I've said that to other sports, that if we don't get to kids and we don't remain strong as a family brand, if you will, then we're going to have long-term challenges, and we need to address those. And when teams move, it makes it even tougher. You know, so teams, you know, families in San Diego, St. Louis, Oakland, that might have been those families that were hardcore Raiders fans, you know, their whole family every Sunday, that's what they did. You know, you need those customers, you need those fans, and turning away from them is tough.
What do you think, how will cord cutting affect these leagues? You know, the reason why these guys are making $40 million in the NBA is that new deal that, you know, TNT and the mothership here. Where are we going in the next 5 years, and who's going to be impacted the most?
You know, it's funny. I don't think it's nearly as bad as people think for the leagues themselves, right? Because the more devices people want to watch on, the better it is for us. And the thing about over-the-top is there's not really any barriers to entry, so you can have an unlimited number of carriers, if you will, or providers of content. But because there's so many choices, it's much harder to stand out. It's much harder to be a destination among all those different over-the-top providers. So I think, you know, it's not going to be 5 years, but in 10 years, 15 years, I think our rights will be even more valuable. Even though there'll be fewer total viewers for any given game, they'll be more valuable because it'll be even harder to draw an audience. Now, all that said, what do you do in the interim? You know, and I've said this to Adam, we're making a significant mistake, I believe, in that we don't, you know, we promote our online offerings. We promote, you know, you can watch the NBA using League Pass where you want it, how you want it, when you want it, and that's great. That's a checklist item now. You know, streaming is nothing new. But where we're failing is the best way to watch an NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, NHL, soccer, whatever sport you want, the best way to watch it is on a TV, particularly a big screen TV, provided by a traditional cable or satellite offer because it's low latency or no latency. You're getting the game in real time. It doesn't buffer. It has the highest resolution. You can get real 4K and watch a game. You know, and now 4K TVs. Amazon just announced a 65-inch 4K TV for under $900. And so you get the best experience when you watch a professional sporting event on TV. Yet we don't promote that that's the best way to watch it. You know, all consumers want to experience things in the best possible way, but sometimes you have to remind them what that best possible way is. And so we don't do that, and I think we should. And because of that, I think we're having more people cut the cord than probably would otherwise do it if we just reminded them that TV was the best way to watch sports.
Would you rather be Dirk Nowitzki or you?
I'd rather be me.
Okay.
My jump shot's pretty good.
If you had a shooting contest with Dirk, let's say you're playing horse,
right?
You get a letter on him?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, but, it might take 10 games to get it, but I could get it. There was one time, right when I first bought the team, we were at we're still practicing at Baylor, and I was shooting threes with Dirk, and I just got blistering hot, and I must have hit corner threes, and I must have hit 15 or 16 in a row, and Dirk matched me shot for shot, but we had like the whole team watching, and he was freaking out a little bit, but that's about as close as I've ever come, and he ended up beating me. So yeah, he's the pro at it, and I'm the duffer, but we've done it a couple of times. It's fun for me.
Would you rather have who better shooter, Nash or Nowitzki?
I'd say they're about the same. I'd say Dirk has more range. Steve can, hit more shots from any spot on the court. I think Steve's probably a better precision shooter, and Dirk's probably a better location shooter.
Don't you wish you had video of you hitting 15 or 16 threes in a row against Dirk?
Yes, but there is video of me beating Dirk one-on-one.
Wait. And you decided to bring Dirk back after he lost to you one-on-one?
Well, what happened? I just bought the team like weeks, and I'm like, okay, one-on-one. And, he didn't know what to expect from me, and I was a lot younger then, obviously. And I went up 2-0. Then he decided, okay, I better get serious. People are watching. He dunked on me. I quit, so I ended up winning 2-1.
I'd like to see the video of you hitting 16 threes.
No, there's no video for that. I wish there was.
Is there video of you one-on-one?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, me playing Dirk one-on-one. There is video.
Where is it? I want to put it on the website. I want to show people. Yes.
No chance. No. Yeah.
What did you have?
What I was wearing.
Did you have John Stockton shorts on?
No. I actually think I was wearing jeans.
Cut off jeans?
No jorts.
Oh, okay. Hey, great to talk to you. Good luck with Shark Tank as always. Thank you, Mark.
You got it, Dan. Thanks. Anytime.
That's Mark Cuban, owner of the Mavs, Shark Tank. Always fun to talk to him about a variety of things.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.